Hello YouTube, good morning from beautiful and sunny yet very very cold Cologne, Germany. My name is Andre, you might know me as GhostBranchFPV, and it's been freezing cold over the last couple of days here in Cologne. Definitely not good flying weather unless you're like flying from inside your car maybe. And also there's this corona thing going around, don't know if you have heard about it yet, and going outside is generally frowned upon these days anyway. So to still get some stick time, I've been flying a lot of simulators for the last couple of days, mostly Velocidrone, and that got me thinking. There's new pilots starting into this wonderful FPV hobby, and they want to learn all the moves, all the cool tricks. And so they're watching a lot of trick tutorials on YouTube, right? And the problem with these trick tutorials is that people will break the trick down for you, show you how it's done, which is nice. But then when you go try replicate those tricks and it's not working for you, there's nobody there telling you what you're doing wrong, because nobody is watching what you are doing. It's the same reason that I always recommend to people who start into this hobby to go out with more experienced friends that can show them all the moves. That didn't sound right. Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. So that got me thinking. It's winter now, it's cold outside, many people are flying simulators anyway. So why not get together a bunch of people that include like some more experienced or even professional pilots, and mix them together with some beginners, new pilots that want to learn some new tricks and are struggling with that. So that some of the pro pilots can watch them and tell them what they are doing wrong and how to fix it. So I asked my friend, the great Joshua Bartwell, what he thought about that, and he was like, yeah, sure, let's do that. Let's make like a simulator meetup. And so we asked a few of the regulars from his Discord server. We play Among Us with them. You've probably seen my live stream. And I also asked a couple of my friends from Cologne here, and we got together in the simulator to teach each other new tricks. And this is the video you are about to watch, a recording of how our first session of this kind went down. And now that was a lot of fun, I'm thinking of making this like a regular thing, like maybe even a live stream thing where you can participate, where you can come fly with us and well, learn new tricks, maybe even teach us some new tricks, right? Because there are more experienced people out there than me and Joshua. And yeah, so what do you think about that, YouTube? Let me know in the comments if you think that would be cool to have like a regular live stream simulator meetup event where we can watch each other learn new tricks. Not only the trick tutorial part, but also the watching newbies try to do it and teaching them how to fix it if they are struggling with the move. I think that's more useful than only a mere trick tutorial, right? So if you think that's a great idea, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash the like button, as the YouTube pros always say. And also I'm always live streaming each Sunday right after Joshua Bartwell's live stream. We're playing Among Us on his Discord server. If you like to join that, you can find infos in my video descriptions about that. And yeah, have a good time, happy flying, and stay safe. Alright, if you guys have any trouble, just let me know and I will walk you through it. Know it all, who could that be?
I started in the middle of the air.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that's the issue with this one particular map, but it doesn't matter. You can hit L on the keyboard to set a custom respawn point, which will be handy later. You can hit M to enable or disable stick overlay.
Oh, and definitely want stick overlay.
Yeah, and you can, well, if you're spectating someone else, which by the way you can do with space. So if you hit the space bar, you can switch between everybody else.
Oh, I'm spectating. Where am I?
You can also watch people third person if you hit S.
How do I get out of spectate?
Just hit it again.
S twice.
S.
You can hit. You can just hit at S twice, or you can hit spacebar until you get to back to your own
I
quad.
got it. Let's see. Change. Can I change? Is there a keystroke to change up tilt, or do I need to go into the quad?
No, you can use the what's it called? Page up,
Arrow
page
keys.
down. No, page
Oh,
up,
page
page,
up, page
page
down?
up, page down.
Picture. Okay, cool. Yeah, I usually fly lift off, so I don't know the keystrokes quite as
Also,
well.
on the right side, if you go to the right side of the screen, you can see
Yeah.
some change quad settings and
Yeah.
no, not change quad settings. The cogwheel, it's drone setup. There you can put in your rates and expo.
Yeah, I want to do that because currently it's set. It's just set for race rates, so I don't want
Yeah,
that.
Oh god, it's
Where are my
kinda
fucking
laggy.
rates? I always just copy paste them.
Should I also be live streaming in this voice channel so you guys can have a look at my screen, actual screen, not only my flying?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Might
Yeah,
make
that
it
sounds
easier.
great.
Might make it easier.
I
Hang
mean, I
on.
guess we can spectate inside too.
I'm just gonna go with the whole screen. Yeah, you can spectate, but it might be easier if you guys can also see my menu and stuff. So here on the right, you can change your rates and expo, and
2.7.
in quad setup you can do stuff like change your well, you don't need to be in here to change your camera angle, but you can change your prop profile, and I would suggest you use profile 1. It's the most responsive one simulation wise. And well, prop size and pitch, use whatever you like. This is how I set up mine. If you want to have a look, just
You can also mess around with a few physics with
Yeah.
drag and stuff. But
Yeah.
I would just leave that at default. If you want to race on Velocidrone, you should use profile 150, 146 pitch. That's the fastest one.
51. Which prop
46.
profile? Which profile did you suggest? GhostBranch?
profile.
146.
No. That's the size. The profile is
Yeah.
profile 1. Profile 1 is usually for both racing and freestyle. Very nice because it's just the most responsive one. And prop
I'm gonna
size, whatever you want. I'm going with 50-45, which is actually a little bit higher than I would normally use for freestyle, but it's fine for a simulator.
50-45 and profile 1. Okay.
I also
I got my rates set up. I got my up tilt set up.
All right. Anything else? Well, as I said, if you go to the cogwheel on the right side, advanced drone setup, you can set your expo and stuff too. And I'm not sure if they are simulating anything like feed forward. I don't think so. No.
They have set point transition and set point weight.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like feed forward. Come on, baby. Yeah! Maddie, that shit.
Oh shit! I have to spectate you. What are you doing?
I just did a blind Maddie and lucked through it, but now it's too late. It's over.
Should I just
too
go
bad.
to multiplayer?
I'll see if I can do it again.
You
So
go
where did I go?
You go to multiplayer, and then you choose hidden session on America server, and then you type in the name that I posted in Among Us chat as the session name, and go click join.
This feels pretty good.
Yeah, that's
I haven't done
said.
Velocidrone in a while. It feels pretty good.
And just listen to the beautiful prop sound.
Oh yeah, you want more of that? I'm gonna watch your stream, GhostBranch.
Well, I wish I could fly. What is happening now?
I guess Joshua Bot was about to troubleshoot the first sim drone.
Hang on,
That
I'm just gonna start
all
start a
Velocidrone.
race and then abort it. So
When I was prepping
then
for the
should-
regional
now
qualifier,
it works.
I did it on
It works again.
Velocidrone, but
You can start a race if you want.
No,
When
I
I
just
just
wanted
play
it
for
to reset the quad so it works again. All right.
I don't know, but we can
Man.
do a little race.
fuck video breakup. We don't need that shit.
How far were you going?
When I go
What?
inside this ring, I get video
Yeah.
breakup.
Yeah.
Wait, like the huge one that's like turning
Yeah.
and stuff? Oh,
Is-
yeah,
No,
have
just
video
like
breakup
just
on.
the
I get
yellow,
it on all of them.
You can
the yellow pipe.
you can disable video breakup, but on some of the pipes it's just scripted. If you go in there, it will
Yeah,
just break
yeah,
up.
I have no clue which one you're talking about.
This one.
There's like 2 giant ones.
I think even the rings, right? Yeah, the
break
rings too. Probably
Yeah,
made out
anytime-
of solid
anytime-
lead.
Anytime you go into the rings, it breaks up, which
Yeah.
is of course completely unrealistic.
Okay, for me it doesn't. I don't have any breakup anywhere.
How do you turn the breakup off?
Do you have to leave the session to
I'm
turn that
guessing
off?
settings. Yeah, I think you have to leave the session to turn that
All
off.
right.
I'm not
Well,
sure.
I'm not gonna do that.
No. It doesn't work. If I have VTX noise completely turned to 0, and I still get it when I fly through the rings.
Okay, watch my stream real quick.
Okay, hang on. Will do.
All right, Ghost Branch.
Yeah.
There you
hang on.
go. There's the
turned it
Trippy
off.
Spin, Ghost Branch. You
Oh
happy?
wait! I can't watch now. I have to watch Joshua doing tripping spins. Oh, almost.
I was doing it until you got there. Hang on.
Do it again. Come on.
Sure.
Nah, I saw it. It looked good.
Not bad. Give it
a
some
little
more
floppy.
throttle though. You need to keep your altitude.
I don't have a lot of up tilt. That's part of the problem. I think Trippy Spins are easier when you have more up tilt, aren't they?
Might be a little bit. The problem is if I change to your camera, I will be seeing the up tilt that I have set.
Really?
Yeah, that's.
If you
that's a little-
spectate me, you see your up tilt.
Well, what was your up tilt?
35.
Okay, maybe then it was yours.
It's the same. If you spin your up tilt camera with, I put it on my TX, so you can swap it in while he's flying.
Okay. So maybe let's just get to the actually part of the video that we are here for. Let's just learn some tricks from each other, and if you like, I can start with some general tips on trippy spins. I think a good idea for people to learn how to start into it is just by going like this. If you are flying towards the obstacle, and you're flying on a path that will take you close to the obstacle but not hitting it, and then you just yaw out like I'm gonna go to the left, and I'm just gonna go yaw left, and I will be looking at the sky automatically if I only use yaw to change my view.
So you're doing like a 180 yaw, so you go from pitch forward to pitch back.
I'm just gonna only yaw. I'm only yawing,
Right.
and I'm looking at this. So what that will do for me is it will bring me into a position where where I'll be looking at the crane, and if I just add a little bit of roll and a little bit of thrust, I'll automatically end up doing a trippy spin. And the important thing is that you should not be thinking so much about, wow, where is my thrust going? Am I falling down? Just don't think that you are looking up. Just think like this could be this part of the crane that you're looking up towards. And if you just want to do like a barrel roll around this, like this is actually the exact same move you're doing when you're doing a trippy spin. So just don't think about it too much that you are facing the sky. If you just treat it as if it was like any other obstacle, you can just easily do the very same thing here.
You're putting yaw. You're putting in counter yaw though, right? It's not quite clear from your stick overlay, but I think you're putting in right yaw too, aren't you?
Yes. The thing is,
Yeah, okay.
that when you're doing an orbit like this, both of your sticks are gonna go in the same direction. Right now, both my sticks are going left. If I change the direction of one of my sticks, then I will end up in a trippy spin. Now I'm rolling right instead of left, and in a trippy spin, both sticks will always go in the opposite direction. If I do a trippy spin in this direction, clockwise, then both sticks will be facing outward. If I'll do one in the other direction, both sticks will be facing inward. And if I just change roll, I can easily transition from like a normal orbit. If I just roll right, I will end up in a trippy spin. Whoop. Well, I was a little bit close to the ground. And sometimes for transitioning between orbit and trippy spin, you will have to find the right moment or the right mixture between roll and yaw to get a smooth transition. But usually if you just exchange one of the sticks, you will end up in a trippy spin anyway.
All right, I'm going to give it a go.
All right, let me spectate you, and I will see what we can improve. I will need to enable overlay again to see the names. There you go. And feel free to set a custom respawn point here by hitting L.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just
like
somewhere
right
around here. Yeah.
Got it.
Perfect.
All right. So you're suggesting fly straight forward and just yaw.
Yeah, and now add some roll, and that's it already. Just add some roll left. You need more thrust.
Well,
you need a lot more thrust than you usually would use.
So I'm having too much roll.
That's too much roll, yeah.
And I'm rolling away from it.
Keep the cabin of the crane. Try to always keep the cabin of the crane in the center. That's an easy trick to just focus. Just look at the cabin, or at the guy up top, just showing off. And I think you should add a little more thrust. Just try to make it a little bit smaller, closer, tighter circles. Well, it's actually pretty good. Now,
it's just finding that balance of thrust, yaw, and roll. Adding thrust definitely tightened it up and made it faster. So I was drifting outwards.
Yeah, the thing is, if you have too much thrust, then at some point your circles will get so tight that they will be carrying you upward all the time. And then you'll just need to ease down a little bit on the thrust, or otherwise you will just go too high. But when you start the move low at the bottom, you will actually need a little more thrust. And I think you're doing pretty good.
Actually, I think what's your tip about the thrust.
Oh, you'll crash. More thrust.
I was trying to adjust my altitude using pitch, but it feels like what I should do is use thrust.
Yeah.
Use pitch to just look at the target, and then use thrust, yaw, and roll, and that controls the whole rest of it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So thrust
and be careful to not. If you always have like a center point that you try to rotate around. It can be like the top of the obstacle, or in this case, like the cabin, which is at the top of the obstacle. You always try to keep that point in the center of your screen, or at least rotate around in a way that you always try to have this point not move at all. You don't want the cabin to move on your screen. And if you get that down, a little bit more thrust again, because you're very low. If you get that down, you're automatically doing all the other stuff right. Because like this, you added a little bit too much roll, and that made the cabin go like in a spiral. If you just be careful to not roll too far. It's like it's one of those moves that when you're actually locked in, you feel like you only have to move your sticks like super little. But if you don't know what will happen if you move the sticks, then you might mess up the move. So you will need to get a feeling for what each stick does when you're in this move.
So the throttle is used to make the spin tighter or looser, more or less.
Well, yeah,
and if I'm climbing or descending, how do I want to fix that?
Well, if you can make like if you want to descend, you can use a little less thrust and also go make the circles not that tight. You only need more thrust if you want the circles to be tighter, because otherwise it will just not work. But if you ease down on it, yeah. Well, it's the main obstacle.
But if you want to keep it tighter, do you just not use more roll instead of more throttle? At least that's what happens for me.
Yeah, that's true. You need both. But if you want to make it tighter, you will also need more thrust, because if you keep the same thrust, you will just descend again.
When I think about orbits, like orbits, it's all together. If you increase thrust, you also increase pitch, roll, and yaw, so you get tighter and faster. If you want to climb in an orbit, you can flatten out and leave and you'll climb. Or
you can just increase thrust. Will work too.
Well, if you increase, it's tricky. It's weird. I see the relationship though between Trippy Spin and orbit. That actually kind of makes it make a little more sense.
The thing is, if you think about how the camera works on the quad, imagine the camera being at a 45-degree angle, just because it's easier. If you're flying towards an obstacle at 45-degree pitch forward, your camera will be facing straight forward. And now, if you just yaw 180 degree, your quad will actually be doing exactly the same thing as it does in an orbit, only that your camera will be facing straight up. And because you are with the back of the quad to the obstacle, one of your axes will be inverted. That's basically it's basically the same move, only that the backside of the quad is facing the obstacle. So it's absolutely the same move.
I got all effed up. Get it together. I'm all effed up. How do you save it? How do you save it? There it is.
Focus on the cabin again.
Yeah. Just could not get it lined up.
Just try to get to it. Like if you focus on the cabin, just don't think so much about that you're upside down. Just think of it like it's a normal obstacle that you want to go to. Fly it like that. And another important thing with Trippy Spins, as with most moves, is don't only watch like one point on your screen, but keep your peripheral field of vision. Check that too, because you can also see like on your peripheral vision. What's it called in English? Is it that peripheral
vision? Yeah.
You can also see what the rest of the crane is doing, like the middle pillar thingy. You can keep that in view too, and just know where you are. You always need to know where
somebody's
you are.
Somebody's doing a clean one up there. Is that a Trippy Spin or an orbit you're doing?
That's a Trippy Spin.
That is clean.
I'm
watching you.
Let's watch. Who is it?
Halo Walker.
That's Halo. And you're going pretty fast too.
I can go fast.
It's really circular.
Oh shit! Wait, but if you do it here, it's even harder. I feel like, because you got obstacles, so you have to go tight. Hold up, that was bad. Give me a second. There.
Damn.
What's your up tilt like?
56, and then here you can do the same thing below these, but that's like super hard.
Shut up! Oh my god, that's tight, dude.
Well, with 56 camera up tilt, that's
it's easier. Way easier.
Yeah, it's easier.
It's easier to do that one move, but harder to do everything else.
That's right.
Not really, I would say.
One thing I always struggle with is like, since I live in a city and I do like, well, it's not bando flying, but that's what Joshua was talking about. Other moves are more difficult on such high. Anyway, since I live in a city and I'm really good with like dives, trippy spins, and stuff like that, where you need such obstacles. But what I struggle with is like, what can I do if I only have a flat field of grass? Because I see so many people do really cool videos on, like, they only have like an open field and one tree there, and they do like super creative videos. So if any of you guys knows any tricks that you can do like on the ground, feel free to teach us.
Vanny Roll would be pretty cool.
Yeah, agree. Vanover's pretty good at that stuff.
Next time we should get him in here. I tried doing a Vanny Roll in the simulator before, but I think one issue that all simulators are having is that the momentum isn't right. Like, I feel that. Wait, how does the Vanny Roll even work again? You just
you can watch me.
You yaw out.
You can watch me real quick.
Who's talking?
Halo, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Halo Walker. All right.
If Halo can Vanny Roll at 56 degrees, yeah, he stopped though. Do you see that?
What? Let me try again.
You stopped because you lose all your speed the minute you turn around.
Wait, let me change the slower camera to 50. Yeah, let's just do 30. All right, that's gonna be some getting used to. Just gotta flatten out and mess up.
I try to put just enough roll in to that turn that you still see the ground, but you're not quite fully pitched forward. So you're not pitched back, but you're also not pitched forward. You should just go back to 56.
Yeah,
it's totally thrown you off, hasn't it?
Yeah,
There you go. It's all about what you're used to.
So why the high camera up there? Do you fly a lot of racing, or is it just like
I'm a racer.
Oh, okay. I think most race pilots, if they really try to get into freestyle, it's easier to transition from racing to freestyle than the other way around, because you're already used to having quick reflexes.
Well, actually, I come from freestyle to racing, so for me, it's the other way around.
Ah, interesting.
I've been doing freestyle for like 5 years, and then I came into racing like last year.
So, and did you think that going into racing was like hard to do, or was it like, oh yeah, I already can do everything because I freestyle a lot?
I mean, most of like the technical stuff with like dives and stuff like that is easier in the beginning at like first sight of actually flying the track, but it's way harder because in racing, for the best line, it's not the same line you would take in freestyle. For example, in freestyle, if you want to do this dive, you would probably just do it like split S-ing into it.
Yeah.
And then just keep off throttle while going down. And for racing, you would just, especially in sim racing, you would just go full throttle downwards.
You'd want to pitch forward and just pull yourself through it.
You would just go like this and then go in for the next one. And in freestyle, it's more about the flow, and in racing, it's more about knowing your line and what comes next. So you always think ahead.
There's a dive in Atlanta. They call it the impossible dive. It's similar to that. It's the side of a building, and right at the corner, there's this little 90-degree cutout, and then there are these architectural pieces that go all the way down, pretty much just like you just did. And they call it the impossible dive because if you go into it, even if you're throttled down, if you're looking straight down it, you'll get pulled offline.
Yeah, that's the hard part with dives, RL.
Yeah, the way to take it would be to flatten out and pull yourself through it straight down, but then it wouldn't look good because you couldn't see what was happening.
Or just do it like Tommy did in Chernobyl, I think it was.
You can't spiral it because you pick up too much. You pick up too much speed. It gets so fast, and it's such a long dive that you just pick up so much speed you lose control. At least that's what has happened to everybody who's tried it.
See what you're doing now, like going up the dive. Like, it's a super tight space, and you're going up from the bottom. That's something where you need peripheral vision, unless you have like super crazy high up tilt. Because if you're not watching your surrounding, that would be really hard to achieve. But you're back at 56, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That makes it
I mean,
at
you still
least a
have to
little
watch
easier.
bit, but it makes it easier.
Try,
yeah.
try doing the same with like 25 degrees and try flying up the.
Okay.
You're just
flying
going to be
up the
staring
crane.
at the wall.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So
25.
that's really hard to do then, I think.
Yeah, I have a really low camera angle.
I gotta fly forward first. Come on.
Gotta
go
find
forward.
your way inward.
Yeah.
into
Yeah. I
that.
just gotta learn how to fly drones again, real quick.
Yeah, that's the problem. Most people will be ending up on the back wall.
Well, if you know your up tilt angle, you know, it's just a straight ascent.
Yeah.
Oh, I crashed. He said, and then he crashed.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Also, if you have like if you have mastered the Trippy
Yeah.
Spin, one other super easy move, really easy move to do is like the knife edge orbit.
What the hell did I just do? Knife edge orbit.
Yeah, like this.
So
you can
mean like a
spectate me.
sideways orbit?
Yeah, like this. Just spectate me and you'll see.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I did it forwards.
Full throttle with pitch and then roll to control your altitude.
Can you do it even? Can you do it forwards?
Forwards?
With that low of a camera tilt? Yeah, forwards. Because you're doing it
What do you
backwards now.
Doing it
what-
backwards.
Yeah, spectate me real quick.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna land because otherwise, don't know where my quad will be. All right.
Yeah, your quad keeps flying when you're
Oh,
spectating.
wait,
Oh, yeah.
wait.
Alright.
Never mind. I thought about it wrong. So my higher camera tilt made it look like I'm flying forwards, basically.
Oh, now you're doing it kind of backwards, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
as soon as you're getting to a low camera tilt where you're like flying like this outwards. Wait, there should be a way. Oh, no, I'm confused. No, that's. Is that forwards or backwards? Wait a second. That is backwards. Yeah. So you can do it forwards and backwards.
Okay.
I mean, this way it just feels like you're flying a wing or a plane because you're just pitching back the entire time. And
This
then
should
going
actually be
forward.
called the Trippy Spin because I can't easily wrap my brain around that. But I think it might be just a high camera up tilt thing, right?
I think this is easier than doing a Trippy Spin
Yeah,
because
this
it
was
feels
way
like you're
easier
flying.
than the Trippy.
And
It just
then-
feels like you're flying.
Yeah, but did you see what? Oh, yours is crooked though a bit. Or is it the camera angle again?
No, it's
I'm
me.
not sure.
Oh, Halo's
Um,
tight as fuck.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
Halo,
Halo, do the other way around again.
Okay, so you can pitch forwards
Yeah.
or you can pitch backwards.
Pitching backwards just feels like you're flying a wing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, just like flying a wing, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
That
you
doesn't
can.
seem difficult.
That is weird. I think that looks really trippy to me, personally.
Wait, but like forwards.
It's just like pulling a tight,
Trippy for
really,
me.
really tight turn, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. For racing, it's actually becoming more and more standard because that's what heads up FPV Evan Turner is doing. Usually in racing, you do this for a turn, but he started approaching turns like this, like a wing style racing kind of.
You don't
So-
have
Is he
to
doing
mix,
it?
you don't have to
Maybe
mix as
that
much,
is
right?
his-
'Cause you're
this
just
is
using
his secret.
pitch rather than having to roll and yaw at
He's
the same time.
he's doing turns like a wing, like sideways.
I mean, you get better your thrust vectors more
Yeah, that's
in line
actually
with what you're
super
trying to get
smart.
to, right?
And I think you can also get tighter because your drone's like kind of the same angle to the obstacle.
I
It's
have
like
a
a
theory.
really heavy power slide.
I have a theory that for any given line, there is only one thrust vector that will drive you along that line. So if Evan is pulling a move a certain way, My theory is that he's trying to hit a certain line, and it's forcing him to maneuver the quad in a certain way. Does that make sense?
I mean, I've
I
spectated
understand
him
what you
on a
mean.
few tracks. I've spectated him on a few tracks, and he's flying the same lines. He's just flying them angled differently.
The thing is,
I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible.
No. The thing is, the actual thrust vector is like the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter in which direction you're doing it, but in one direction, your props will be facing the obstacle, and the other direction, the bottom of your quad will be. So
I agree. I see your point.
So
yeah.
one will
mean
be
the top of the
a
quad.
little bit tighter.
I have to think about that.
Well, I mean, if it's a little bit tighter, it's a different thrust vector, isn't it?
I think you think
it
about
shouldn't
it.
be a different thrust vector.
No, it's for the same line. There is only one set of thrust vector positions that will drive you along that line. Changing the thrust vector at any point will change the line. Does that make sense? I mean,
That's
What I,
fine.
think, what I think is just different with his line is he's basically doing the same turn, but in a way where he's yawed 45 degrees to like
Right.
I think the point of him changing the orientation of his quad is not to change the direction of the vector, but to change the magnitude. He's trying to get the most magnitude by changing his orientation so he can get through it tighter and faster, right? So he can basically be pushing max throttle for more of the run because he's taking a different orientation.
I mean,
Yeah.
for most turns in sim races, you're going full throttle the entire track anyway. So that should make it
Sure.
So if you need to rebalance the thrust vector, you don't back off the throttle. You just change the 3 axes to move the thrust vector between the 3 axes.
Well, you're also increasing G by keeping the power up like that.
Right. The fastest race will always be one where you never back off the throttle and you're always using 100% of your thrust, either to turn yourself or to make yourself go faster. Show me again.
So then we're just getting into distance stuff.
Show me what he does differently. Show me a normal turn. Do a normal turn.
Around the crane, there you go, normal turn.
Yeah.
And what
What's
he does
doing?
is he's going like wing style. He's flying tracks like a wing.
So instead of
he's
nose
rolling,
down,
he's rolling
nose
into it more.
sideways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I should be yawing into it because he's like going into it like this, where everybody else is going into it like this.
Yeah, it's either nose down or wing down, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's still the same vector, but instead of the camera pointing at the ground, it's more along the line of travel.
I see. I'm gonna have to pick up a quadcopter and visualize it. Yeah, because for any given, you can,
He just runs his quad, turns 90 degrees to what is kind of typical.
But the thing is, I think depending on how extreme he leans into it, he should lose height, which then isn't the same thrust vector.
But that will only
That's what I'm wondering.
that will only work if you have like high camera uptilt, right? Because
I mean, in DRL they're all flying 45, I believe. So yeah.
I think with like
Just
lower
roll into that power.
if you have like I fly 38 and if I try it on 38 I cannot see the obstacle if I make the turn tight enough. You can try that. Just change your uptilt to 38 and try doing the same move. I think you cannot see the obstacle, right?
Let me do like, what are you flying? 38.
38. Try doing like the same orbit at least. I mean.
Okay. Give me a second. I first gotta.
You can't fly at 38. We established this.
It's just not possible at all to fly at 38.
Yeah, you're losing a lot more altitude.
Yeah,
this
try.
way, 'cause you're still trying to like get used to the camera.
Yeah, if you're trying to keep the obstacle in the camera, you will be losing altitude. Well, if you're close enough to it, like a super pro, obviously, then it works.
Are you seeing him do that for DRL or for MultiGP?
I mean, in multi, does he really? I don't think he like 100% actively still flies MultiGP because he's focused on the DRL sim so much. But in the DRL sim, if you watch his replays, he's flying like that.
Yeah, I wonder if it has to do with the weight of the quad and the fact that you're always at full throttle in DRL sim means that there's like if you are doing a normal coordinated turn and you want to go faster, you just raise throttle and you lean into it more and you go faster. But
I've
in
seen it
DRL,
on Velocidrone too, though.
you're always full throttle, aren't you? Well, anytime you're in the sim, you're always full throttle.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
And
definitely for sim flying. I'm not sure if he does it IRL.
So the only way to turn sharper is to play with pitch roll and yaw. I got invited to co-host one of the DRL races, so I tried to put some times on the leaderboard just so I didn't embarrass myself. And as soon as you force yourself to fly full throttle for the whole race, you start doing weird shit with pitch roll and yaw.
Yeah.
It's all about the lines. As soon as you like start doing sim racing, it's literally all about the lines. I flew the tryouts too last year.
Yeah.
I flew finals and stuff. I think I won the one that Vanover hosted. That was pretty funny. But it was so line dependent that it wasn't really about who could keep your like throttle all the way up. It was literally about the way you go into a turn. If you go wide before the turn, you're gonna have more speed carried into the next turn. But if that next turn is a straight, that's like if it's a long straight, it makes sense. But if it's a really short and technical sequence, then it doesn't make sense to go wide before it.
It's all about finding the right line because it is not at all. It's 0% about your throttle.
Yeah.
Because you just need to always be at full throttle all the time, and then you just have to find the ideal line.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's even right to sacrifice throttle for tightness of a turn.
Not the first place guys. The first place guys never get off the throttle. Do they?
Within a race.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've seen people doing that are not as advanced, like kind of medium beginners, but they still make it pretty far in races because they do sacrifice a little bit of throttle for turns to keep them tight. But every other guy that gets them as tight and just stays on the throttle just passes immediately. So it's kind of lucky.
I watched the replays of the guys who were putting in the top times, and I saw they never got off the throttle. And so I was like, okay, I'm never backing off the throttle. I mean, if I screwed up, I would back off, but I knew I'd screwed up anytime I had to get off the throttle.
Real quick, what a lot of people do these days for like super tight turns, hairpin turns and stuff, they drop the throttle for like a quarter of a second to. It's for me. It's I don't know why I still do it, but it's Minchan and those guys all do it.
Even in sim, you mean?
Yeah, even in the sim. That's the thing. In the sim, I'm not sure if they do it IRL. Probably.
Well, in IRL, nobody's at full throttle all the time. I mean, IRL, you're barely hit full throttle in a real race, most of the time. I think, maybe for punches. No.
I don't know. I mean, some guys do fly full throttle the entire time, like Minchan, some crazy Asians, but that's just like he's not even human. There's no way. It's just I don't know if you've seen him fly, but it's nuts. It's like Vanover, just more insane.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Back to the
back to freestyle.
Back to freestyle. Real quick. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's about the rewind half barrel. I don't get it's like the bounce back. If you bounce back, it looks like you rewind the video, so you can do it in a half barrel. Seen that before, but I never managed to do it.
You talking about the trick that Johnny did in one of his videos?
Like that. Johnny and White Willy did that before.
I'm guessing you're talking about what's this video called?
It's
the
like
backwards wall right video where he does it with a tree.
Well, it's like you do like half a barrel roll.
It's like using you do a half barrel roll, and then it looks you're turning all back, but you use the gravity point, the max point of your quad, to go back.
I find those super hard too. It's like
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
No, let me explain.
I can tell you. Okay.
Let me explain. So what he's after is like it's a move that looks like you're doing half a barrel roll, usually up an obstacle, and at the apogee of it, you just like it looks like you rewind time and doing it exactly backwards again.
Isn't it just
you don't tap it? But is it a roll like that you're talking about?
No, it's like I tried to show. I don't know if I handle.
Watch
Yeah.
my Discord stream real quick. I got the video of Johnny.
Okay, hang on.
Who is it? Halo?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's
I'm here.
I see. It's like a hook forward and back. That one's tricky because you can't literally
Yes,
reverse
that's
it.
That's what I meant.
It's a
Okay,
lie.
that's
That
what I
move is
thought.
a lie.
I know it's a lie, but I want to try. I want to replay.
Physics doesn't work that way.
No, it works. It works. I think
You can't reverse your thrust exactly. You can't take the same line out. It's not possible.
I know
It's a
that.
trick.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
but how does it work?
in the end.
Well, so
Wait,
you're
let
using
me show you.
on
Let
the
me
way
try.
on the way out.
All right,
think I can do it.
let's. It's impossible. Let's watch Halo Walker do it anyway.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like you're reversing it, but you're not really.
Yeah, you
It's just a trick.
watt
Yeah,
into it.
that's what I meant.
use
Like
some
it looks
thrust to
like
get
you
the direction.
rewind it.
So Halo, the difference with what you're doing now is you're going straight up and straight down, but what he appears to do is go over the tree and then reverse
Okay.
back off it. But he's not, because you can't reverse your thrust unless you're doing 3D. That's
I mean, that's basically what.
that's kind of what he's doing. Maybe that's the secret, is you're not actually going over the top of the obstacle.
Let's find out.
I think he just flicks it. He just flicks it like that. Like he does one of those
Yeah, you
really.
just
Let me
frozen
find
into it.
let me find an obstacle that looks a little bit like that tree.
That was that.
I've got the
Or
question.
maybe-
I can't connect to
Here.
Velocidrone.
That's
There you go.
maybe those
Why not?
water tanks on the shore of.
Oh shit! It reset me. I wanted to land there. Water tanks? Which water tanks?
The ones at the.
Oh, let's just use
Giant wheel.
there's a lighthouse
Giant wheel.
here. I think the lighthouse should work fine.
Wait, there's a light. Oh, there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lighthouse.
Where's the lighthouse?
It's on the far. There's no left and right on this track.
near the tankers.
The
Close,
giant
close to the pyramid that you were.
Yeah, the pyramid.
Near the
you were-
pyramid? I
Yeah,
see.
Near the pyramid.
I see. I see.
All right, let me see. Okay, so
Screw
he
you,
was
battery.
going like this. Okay, so I think the secret to that would be that you need to be at an angle at the moment when you how do I say that in English correctly? Your apogee of the move needs to be you will need to be at an angle where your thrust is going all the way to the side, because that's the only way you can only let gravity reverse what
Yes.
you are doing.
Exactly.
He's at the
Has
end
to be-
point of gravity.
The
And when
moment
The-
you
the
hit the apex of your
Use the
turn.
momentum.
Yeah, the moment you hit the apex of your turn, you got to be facing the other way you just came from. You just keep turning while not giving throttles, so you're in the position to go throttle in the other direction you just came from, and then flick in a way where it looks like you're just.
So,
But, but,
now I'm back. Now I can spectate. Can you show me?
but I'm watching
Oh,
you
I
guys
can.
third person. Hang on, I'm gonna stream.
Who wants to show?
How do I stream? Video. No, screen.
Now he uses your throttle when you look down.
Yeah, you
Okay,
gotta
I'm
use your
streaming
throttle
now.
when you look down.
Yeah,
You can
but
see
that-
it. You can see in the third person view though. You guys are not reversing your motion at all. That's why it's a trick. You guys
Yeah,
are
it's just
going
messing with your
yeah.
mind. It's one of those
Forward.
mind
the
tricks.
whole time.
I know that's a trick, but I still don't get it. How you reverse at the right moment or use the momentum without using throttle. In this video, he didn't even. He's on always side, not looking down, or he
Wait.
have a other pitch. I don't know.
Wait, let me
No,
watch
I
that
think
again.
he is. I think at the very moment when he turns, he quickly he's
no.
quickly looking backwards, right? He's looking at the
let me check
ground
again.
for a second.
He has to hit the throttle.
Yeah, no, he.
probably
Yes,
punches it right at that apogee
Oh yeah, no, he
point.
does. He does. You just gotta watch it closer. The moment he flicks, right before he flicks, is where he gives throttle. I mean, you can't hear it.
I'm looking at the video again.
Oh, this one wasn't
Okay.
right.
So
See it.
right at this moment, right before he flicks now, he's kind
Yeah.
of upside down,
Okay.
going, and then he gives throttle, and then flicks. That's where he.
At the moment, at the last point. Okay, then he flicks.
And then
Got
after
it.
the flick, he just lets his momentum.
Show it
carry
again.
him.
I changed to your stream.
Who's doing it? Who's doing
Hang
it?
on, I'm watching. I'm watching.
You're watching Johnny's video.
Watching Leon's stream.
Uh-huh.
So right at this point is where he's thrusting the other way, and then flicks and lets the rest of him just use the.
So he
momentum.
punches second full throttle.
I get it now. So what he's actually doing is he's giving it throttle, but at the same time he's pitching forward to negate like the camera movement, so that the obstacle is staying at the same. Oh, that's neat.
I do not understand.
The up down is being driven by gravity.
I think I understand it.
He's just punching and reversing the spin at the same time that gravity is already about to turn him over. I mean, not that I can do it. Not that I can do it.
Could that be easier actually with a lower camera angle?
Yeah, the juicy guys are all the ones who are doing these moves, and I do think it's more convincing with a lower camera angle. Yep.
Yeah, I only fly with 20 degrees, and it yeah.
With the higher camera angle, I think the illusion is not as complete that you've reversed your movement.
Yeah,
actually
but that's
think it's
mainly
easier.
because you can, if you want to like slide with a drone, you gotta be kind of level and not be pitched in any direction. And with a higher camera tilt, you're just looking at the sky, so that's kind of giving it away.
Okay. I just tried to move it out of stand.
Let me take my camera down to 20. I think it looks better with the lower camera angle. Now I can see my props and everything. Yeah, it seems like all the guys who do those moves all have low camera tilt.
Okay. Okay, now I got it.
It's like easy to understand, but super hard to master.
Yeah.
It's all about timing, I think.
With the low camera tilt, your thrust pulls you 90 degrees to the camera.
Yeah, that's right.
Whereas with the high camera tilt, your thrust pulls you more forward.
I'm gonna go 25 now, and let's see how that works.
I think I got it. If you do it out of stand, when just move up, and then just do a half barrel roll, then turning it back at the right moment works. Now it's just that's the point to learn it in simulator.
Hey guys, I gotta drop out. I can only do an hour today, so I'm gonna let you guys go. But I will. This was really fun, Ghost Branch. Let's do it again.
Yeah, we should. Maybe it would be interesting to do this as a live stream sometime.
Maybe. I'm gonna do one more Trippy Spin just as a celebration of our.
I want to see you do one around your tree.
That tree is so. You probably have. Here, I'm gonna do. Here, spectate me, Ghost Branch. You watching me?
I will. Hang on. Here I am.
Look, I'm gonna do it around this little thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to the crane. See, so it's gonna make me work. Here we go. All right, we're gonna enter. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! It was too low.
You can do it around the lighthouse, actually.
No. Okay. Here goes. That's fewer things to crash into around the lighthouse. Get on the throttle.
Yeah.
Pick your point.
Really nice.
I'm rolling out of it. I'm rolling too much.
But you're getting the hang of it.
There you go. All right.
Nicely done.
Thank you guys. I'll send you the recording, Ghost Branch.
Yeah, do so. I can send you mine too if you want to make a video out of it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Trippy Spin, I had it.
All right,
I had it going for like 3 seconds.
Have a good weekend.